greatest mountain of Taiwan, Jade Mountain, with its fascinating views, forests, and abundant natural resources, attracts thousands of visitors each year. However, due to the nearly 3,600 meters of elevation, dangerous terrain, and its fast-changing climate, it is a great test for all of its challenging visitors. How can one experience Jade Mountain safely and happily? Mountaineering safety education is an important subject concerning all hikers. Mountaineering is a group activity. Before hiking, we go through a meeting and equipment check. This helps prevent unnecessary danger and allows us to enjoy the hike. In the meeting before the hike, the group leader will have prepared maps and hiking schedules, and he will inform the team members about the mountain and its weather status, letting all team members understand situations they might face. This is also an excellent opportunity for the group leader to understand the eating habits, personal gear, and physical status of the team members. Also, the Yushan National Park headquarters is now allowing the public to apply for entry permit at the headquarters. This helps reduce the time spent for applying these from the police stations. The online learning, the Yushan e-school, has been set up for the public to complete a learning authentication, and it allows tourists a better quality and security with the crag-using plan for Yushan Summit. To fully enjoy mountaineering, physical training before the hike is essential, especially training for lung capacity and muscle endurance. The goal of a pre-hike physical training is to help the body adjust to mountaineering activities. Jogging, carrying weights, and running stairs are basic training. Whereas swimming and bike riding is efficient for strengthening lung capacity, allowing us to lower the effects of high mountain pressure and thin air. Hikers who have never hiked higher than 2,500 meters can train to adjust to the altitude. This will help keep track of one's physical status and prevent dangers from happening. At the same time, all hiking equipment needs to be tested before the hike to make sure it's safe. The weather in the mountain changes a lot, therefore we recommend wearing 3 layers of clothing: a breathable layer, a warm keeping layer, and a windproof waterproof layer. This will guarantee your comfort while hiking. Avoid wearing cotton clothes for the breathable layer, for cotton doesn't dry quickly after getting wet. The warm keeping layer of clothing is up to each one to decide, but it's recommended to be light. The waterproof and wind-stopping layer should be in 2 parts and breathable. Also, choose a pair of pants that are windproof and quick dry. But most importantly, don't forget to bring a spare set of clothing and hat and gloves. For personal equipment, we recommend it to be simple and light, so it doesn't become a burden. Necessary items include gloves, a cap, sunscreen, sunglasses, lip balm, hiking boots, socks, raincoat, backpack, map, compass, whistle, hiking cane, headlight, food, water container, eating utensils, personal medication, tissue paper, ID, health insurance card, camera, backup batteries. For group equipment, there is food, stoves, cooking equipment, water bags, tent, camp light, compass, communication equipment, first aid kit, rope, spare gas, and so on. Also, for safety concerns, according to the National Park regulations and of the police agency, there is a typhoon warning, and it's been announced that no one is allowed to enter the mountain, so you can't enter today. We are sorry, but thank you. When the Weather Bureau issues a typhoon warning, high-altitude mountain climbing is prohibited. Before entering the mountain, it is required to show entry permission at the checkpost and allow the Yushan National Park headquarters to verify the team list. Hello, I will be your group leader on this trip. My name is Yongzhang. This is our guide, Xin. We hope that we can all enjoy this trip safely. To maintain physical strength, it's important to find balance between going and resting. It's recommended to rest for 5 to 10 minutes every hour. Take deep and consistent breaths. Breathe with your abdomen to help pace yourself. Walk slowly uphill. Lean your body forwards. Let your knees take the step forward. Increase arm movement. Keep balance. The steeper it gets, the smaller steps you should take. Keep a steady speed. If you keep changing your speed, you'll get tired quickly. When going downhill, keep your waist low. Look down and do not run, or you will make your knees very tired. A pair of good hiking boots should not only fit our feet, but also protect our feet. Taiwan's mountains are mostly crushed stone terrain. It's recommended that hikers wear good shoes which absorb shock and can support the ankle. Most medium-sized boots have such design and can protect the ankles well. It's best to use new shoes at training before the hike. This will help getting used to the shoe and avoid hurting the foot. Now Mengluting is our first stop. Everyone can unload their packs, drink some water, eat something, and adjust your packs. While resting, drink water even if you don't feel thirsty. Drink slowly for your body to absorb the water better. And it's good to eat some chocolate or candy or other high-calorie snacks. Don't forget to adjust your packs and make sure it's comfortable. The ultraviolet rays are stronger in the mountains than on the ground, so don't forget your caps and keep using sunscreen to protect your skin, especially your nose, cheeks, ears, and neck, where it's easy to get sunburned. While we climb, it's important for those walking in the front not to walk past the guide. If you feel too tired or you're walking slow, the team leader in the rear will help you. If you have any problems, you can also call on those in front of you or behind you for help. Everyone should look out for each other. If you feel ill at any time, you should let the leader know. The guide and the team leader will keep in contact with radios and keep the team safe in case of emergencies. This is the team leader. How's it going in the back? Some are tired and a little slow, but it's all right. We'll let you know if there is a problem. We are now at the resting place of the White Forest. Right in front of us is the main peak of Yushan. Every mountaineering activity relies on the help of maps and compass to help you pinpoint your location. Keep looking for terrain and peaks or streams to make sure where you are, and keep the map where it's easiest to reach in your pack. When you stop to rest, your pores open and you feel hot, but it's easy for you to catch a cold. Therefore, wear a windbreaker. While resting to protect yourself, also keep your head warm. Wear your headband to keep yourself from getting a headache or uncomfortable. I believe that if you had a hiking cane on this long journey, it will be a much happier trip. Adjust your hiking cane to the desirable height before the hike, and make sure it works properly. The correct way to use it is to let your wrist through the armband, then let your forearm and upper arm come to a 90-degree angle. At steeper hills, push with your palm on the top of your hiking cane, and while going downhill, make it longer to support your weight and reduce the pressures on the legs. Using the hiking cane correctly not only helps hiking up better, but it also helps take some pressure off your knees, and it helps to balance while walking across crushed stone terrain. We must carefully choose the material and packing system to find a good backpack for ourselves. Which mountain are you going to with the big backpack? How many days are you staying? We're going to the 5 peaks behind Yushan. We might stay Yuanfeng Hut. Okay, bye. First, choose the backpack capacity that fits you. If you plan to go to the summit or only spend 2 to 3 days, all you need is personal gear and a medium-sized pack of 30 to 50 liters. If you plan to hike up more peaks after Yushan or plan to stay for more than 3 days, usually it requires a bigger pack than 50 liters. However, it still depends on the hiking plan. Packing methods directly affects comfort and efficiency. So before packing, we usually put in a large waterproof bag or a plastic bag. The principle is to put the heavy items near your body. It's best to place the weight on your back, near your shoulders, to make it easier to carry. Usually we put heavy things on the top and light things on the bottom. We put the sleeping bags and clothes on the bottom and the heavy items on the places close to the back. Please put your personal emergency items close to the top or on the side of your pack, so it's easy to get to. Finally, there's a simple checking method to put your backpack straight on the floor. If the backpack doesn't lean forwards or backwards, you have packed it correctly. The correct way of putting on a backpack can prevent our waist to get hurt and protect our backpacks. The big backpacks are very heavy, so need extra caution when putting them on. The best way is to stand up after you've put it on or help with your knees. Correct adjustments on the backpack can effectively carry out the purpose of the pack's design. Normally, there are 6 places that need adjustment. Adjusting it correctly can prevent the waist and shoulders from getting hurt. While on the hike, if you find that your backpack is causing any discomfort, adjust it at any time to prevent unnecessary damage. In the Payun cottage, there is a kitchen space. If we need to cook, we will use that space to cook. Cooking in the wild is about simplicity and tasting good. To cook fast and conveniently can save time and save food. Washing up after cooking is easier as well. It doesn't waste water and it doesn't make garbage. Pay extra attention when using a gas stove and clean up after yourself. Whatever belongs to you, pack it with yourself and leave the space for the other users. For our beautiful mountains and the happiness of the next generation, please bring all your garbage down the mountain.
This is the food we have prepared for everybody at Payun Cottage. It is prepared for a 2-day trip to Yushan. We recommend everything to be light. We can see that there are several types of dried vegetables in front of us. Some have high calories, such as the peanuts and dried fish here. And the golden mushroom is good for soup, so all this food is pretty light. If you want to bring fresh vegetables, we recommend bringing cabbage, onions, or string beans. Why do we recommend bringing this type of food? Because they don't make a lot of leftovers. For example, you can buy the string beans and pick off what you don't want first, then bring it up the mountain with you. And you can cook it right away on the mountain. So this is usually what we have for dinner, and you can choose between dried food or fresh food for your dinner. Recently, we've been using this new stuff for the hikers. It's fine if you're spending 2 or 3 days in the mountain. With a dried pack like this, all you have to do is add hot water and wait for about 15 to 30 minutes, and you'll have a nice hot meal. But it all comes down to one thing, that it's light. Let's talk about the snacks you have while hiking. How do you bring them? Well, like the box for the cookies, everyone knows it's just a package. So if you can get rid of it at the bottom of the mountain, you save a lot of weight. And when we use the Ziploc bags to put all the dried food, when you're resting, such as when you get to the White Forest resting area, you can take it out to eat. I think these options that are light and do not take up a lot of space.
The principle for preparing breakfast is to be simple, fast, high calories, and high nutrition. Lunch is right after heavy exercise and in a very hot environment. It could cause nausea, or it could be affected by the landscape and water supply. Normally, we choose to fix this problem with dry food. Dinner is not only a time to get full and get rested, but it's also a time to get nutrition and energy. It's also a time for everybody to get to know each other in the team. Prefer to make rice or noodles. The food while hiking is the energy source to get supplements for energy quickly. It needs to be easy to get and high calories. High calorie sugar or carbohydrates are the best. Emergency food is saved for emergency situations. It has to be chosen carefully and kept for a long time. It doesn't need to be cooked, but it needs to be simple to carry and high calories. The cottage is a public space. and everybody travels in a different schedule, so after bedtime, please stay quiet and don't be loud. The climbers who are going to see the sunrise the next morning should prepare their packs earlier. They will need headlights, raincoats, hat, gloves, clothes, compass, map, food, and water. Keep your headlights where it's easy to get to, so it's easy to use it during the night. When getting up, try to be quiet and move lightly so you don't affect the rest of the other climbers. When you come to a narrow road, be sure to stick close to the mountainside and watch your own safety. The crushed rocks terrain requires more caution, so watch your steps, wear your helmets, and be careful of falling rocks. If you meet other climbers coming up, be sure to let them come first. The thing we're most afraid of is to meet rainy days or foggy days, because it makes our bodies and our clothes wet, and our gear also wet. So at this time, we should wear our raincoats right away, and we should cover up our backpacks as well. If it starts to rain while hiking up, wear your raincoats right away. Don't be afraid of trouble. Also cover up your backpack so that nothing inside gets wet. Before we get into the cottage, be sure to put your raincoats and other wet clothes outside before going in. Also, you should put on dry clothes right away. Put on a hat, gloves, and make sure that your body gets warm. If you still feel uncomfortable or feel cold, you can also have hot ginger soup or hot black sugar soup. This is great help for regaining body temperature. Also, put all your packs neatly so it doesn't take up space. This will make sure that we all have a good time. These techniques are shared with all the climbers. The Yushan National Park welcomes all friends who love nature to visit. We also call for the hikers to follow hiking etiquette and watch your own safety. To let the climbers who successfully made it to the top bring back their dear memories, the Yushan National Park headquarters will give a certificate for all those who successfully made it. All you have to do is show the photo of being at the top, and they will hand you a certificate. These will be memories that remind the hikers of a wonderful trip. Also, for environment protection, the Yushan National Park headquarters is giving plastic bags to the hikers for them to bring back their garbage. We look forward to protecting this beautiful mountain and, with all preparations done, to have a safe and unforgettable experience of climbing Yushan.